Chapter 3 Sane Perception. The need to study. All learning involves attention and study at some level. This course is a mind training course. Good students assign study periods for themselves. However, since this obvious step may not have occurred to you, and since we are cooperating in this, I urge you to make the obvious assignment now. You may understand the need to study this course, yet still not realize that many of the problems you keep being faced with may already have been solved here. Perhaps you do not think of the course in this way at all, or perhaps you do from time to time, but then think the answer is probably in here and do not look it up. You vaguely know that the course is intended for some sort of preparation, but are you prepared? Mental retardation is a defense which, like the others, with the exception of the admoniment, can be used on behalf of error or truth as elected. Whether it occurs in the literal sense, it is a temporary device, agreed on beforehand, to check the miscreative activities of a strong but misdirected will. The lesson involves not only the individual himself, but also his parents, siblings, and all of those who come in close relations with him. The person himself is a poor learner by definition, but only as a step toward changing from a bad to a good one. Mental retardation can also be used, however, as a maladaptive defense if the wrong or attack side is employed. This produces the pseudo-retardation syndrome, which is justly classified as a psychiatric or disturbed level symptom. You may well be using this defense as you read this course. This represents a joint attack on both yourself and me, because it renders your mind weak and mine incompetent. Remember, this puts you in a truly fearful position. If you cannot understand either your own mind or mine, you do not know what is really willed. It is thus impossible to avoid behavior-will conflict as defined before, because even if you acted according to will, you wouldn't know it. The next part of this course rests too heavily on the early part not to require its study. Without this, you will become much too fearful when the unexpected does occur to make constructive use of it. However, as you study the early part, you will see some of the obvious implications, unless you still persist in misusing the defense of mental retardation. Please remember that its constructive use, described above, is hardly a real part of your own real equipment. It is a particularly inappropriate defense as you use it, and I can only urge you to avoid it. The reason why a solid foundation is necessary at this point is because of the highly likely confusion of fearful and awesome which most people do make. You will remember that we said once before that awe is inappropriate in connection with the sons of God, because you should not experience awe in the presence of your own equals. But it was emphasized that awe is appropriate reaction of the Son in the presence of his Creator. So far, this course has had only indirect recourse to God, and rarely even refers to him directly. I have emphasized that awe is not appropriate in connection with me, because of our inherent equality. I've been careful to clarify my own role in the admoniment, without either over or understating it. I've tried to do exactly the same thing in connection with yours. It would be most unwise to start on this step at all without very careful preparation, or awe will surely be confused with fear, and the experience will be more traumatic than beatific. Healing is of God in the end. The means are carefully explained in this course. Revelation may occasionally show you the end, but to reach it, the means are needed.